down. Ladies and gentlemen, now today we have a woolly party with our boat, and I need you to come along with me. This is the Black Pot. Here we talk pertinent issues. Here, ladies and gentlemen, we talk very important issues. And the aim of this segment is to bring a radical change in our country, our continent, our land. This is Africa, and this is just a little part of Africa called Ghana. Ladies and gentlemen, come with me along the journey. Now listen, something came out a few days ago, and some names were mentioned, and some feathers were ruffled. The cuckoo's nest was rocked. And so many people in power, ladies and gentlemen, are fretting and sweating under the air conditioner. Ladies and gentlemen, I want to go straight to the point. Ace Ankomah, lawyer Ace Ankomah, is a lawyer I respect, not just because he knows his work, but it's because he's also vocal. He speaks his mind, and when he speaks with authority. I love people who are bold and speak their mind, of course, respectfully. Ace Ankomah is one such person. Ladies and gentlemen, now put Ace Ankomah on my left. There's another gentleman called NAM1, Nana Mensa. He rose to fame, ladies and gentlemen. He made so much money. He did not keep quiet with his largesse, as is expected of Ghanaians. He flaunted it all over the place. Amidst all the pomp and pageantry, he rocked the streets of Accra, ladies and gentlemen, as if to tell the whole Ghana, listen, we made it from nowhere, therefore you can also make it from nowhere. Many were those who wanted to be like Nana Mensa. Many were those who wanted some of his money. A lot of his money went to charity, because this is a man with a golden heart. Ladies and gentlemen, by now I know that when you listen to Black Rasta talk, you swallow everything I spit out hook, line, and sinker, because you know if there is only one credible person in this country, then it is the man Black Rasta. If there is one passionate person in this country, then you know that person is Black Rasta. At the same time, if you know of any one person who is dispassionate when it comes to talking about issues, then it's the same Black Rasta. I thank you for the belief, and I thank you for the trust. Ladies and gentlemen, Nana rose to fame. He made so much money. He dined with people in high places and low places. At a time we could not even come to work in peace, because quarters came around and paraded this place in their thousands, all waiting for some crumbs to fall off the table of Nana Mensa. Ladies and gentlemen, then all of a sudden, he got into trouble. Now we thought the trouble was going to go down. It was going to be weathered like the storm in winter. Unfortunately, it festered. Unfortunately, it became cancerous, ladies and gentlemen. And trouble kept fermenting day in and day out. And then Nana Mensa, like a joke, was bundled up and taken all the way into prison, behind bars, in legal custody, in no other country but the United Arab Emirates. Ladies and gentlemen, we all were bemused. In fact, we were flummoxed. We all became cacophonous. Oh, God have mercy. We were cacophonized. What happened, ladies and gentlemen? It came out that there was some gold deal, and then Mensa was genuinely following up on it. And then he was bundled up because they had given the cat a bad name in Ghana, so they could hang him. Now my investigation showed that there was a man who was at the center of the whole storm. and his name was Ace Ankomah. I couldn't believe it because this is a lawyer I respect. But you know, Black Rasta, I never speak on radio until I have my facts correct. So I placed a call to Ace Ankomah. One call, no answer. Second call, no answer. Third call, no answer. I said, yes, lawyers are normally busy. And then, when I did not receive any response to my call, I decided to send text messages. Ladies and gentlemen, and I introduced myself. This is Black Rasta, blah, 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 blah. And promptly, lawyer Ace Ankomah, my friend who is learned, decided to reply. Say, oh, Black Rasta, nice of you. Is it the original Black Rasta or some other Black Rasta? The famous Black Rasta. I was happy to be called famous by a man that I respect so much, Ace Ankomah. And ladies and gentlemen, we started talking. First question, Mr. Ankomah, here you are representing Horizon. Is it true? Those people who have had NAM1 locked up in Dubai. He said, well, even if I was, I would not tell you that. I was shocked. Even if you were, you will not tell me? Yes, because I don't have to divulge the people that I work with to you. Moreover, I am the head of so many different chapters, or how do they call them? So many different chambers around the world. He mentioned the number. I don't want to put it out. So, okay. All right. For that reason, maybe I'm not even aware that my company or my law firm is handling Horizon. But as it stands now, even if I am, I will not tell you. So I thanked him and I told him how much I loved and respected his views. Even though at that time, ladies and gentlemen, he was moving from radio station to radio station, throwing Mike Tyson punches at Nanapia Mensah, vilifying the young man, making the young man look like nothing, like some ignoramus who just stumbled on some cash, in fact some gold bars, making the young man look nothing but a fraudulent Homo sapiens. Worse, ladies and gentlemen, than Homo habilis. Better still, worse than Zingaba, Zinganthropus, Homo sapiens. Ladies and gentlemen, so when Ace Ankomah told me this, I said, is it possible to have a radio interview with you, sir? He said, no. Everybody has a standards, and my standard is not to grant a radio interview. I was shocked. Is this man saying that my radio show is not up to his standard? Because I hear him talking on other radio shows. Or by standards, is Mr. Ace Ankomah trying to say that the law standards, he will not talk about his clients or whatever? Well, I said, let it be. I cool it off. Then, ladies and gentlemen, the cuckoo's nest, ladies and gentlemen, was rocked. When one Taylor, with a program called With All Respect, The Loud Silence. I hear the man is based in the United States of America. And then, doing his own research and coming out with some facts, Ace Ankomah was fingered, and two other criminals, one Ade and one Charles, the brain behind the 51 million American dollar fraudulent deal, aided, ladies and gentlemen, conspicuously, ladies and gentlemen, by Iyoko and some other people in government. Can you believe this? Powerful people coming together to crumble the business of a young man. In the words of Ace Ankomah, this man was dealing in what was known as a Ponzi scheme. And he spoke with so much venom, so much hatred, ladies and gentlemen, that today as I sit back on radio, I think that I am beginning to revise my notes about his Ankomah again. A man that you see from afar and give so much respect to. And when you get closer, you realize that this is just a peacock. Feathers and no content really. I'm really sad. Now, if what Taylor said is anything to go by, and Mr. Ace Ankomah has stated in a press release, ladies and gentlemen, that he will go to court to seek redress. We hope it comes soon. People have attacked Ace Ankomah on Facebook, and he has shut down his Facebook page because he can't take it. And sometimes, you see that the Gombas have a proverb that I like so much. I wish I would just say it in Dagbani and not explain it, so that at least you will speak to a Dagomba person close to you to explain. What do the Dagombas say? They say, Munkurnirba budon di yelga. Munkurnirba budon di yelga. What does it mean? They say the murderer, the man who kills people, does not sleep naked. And by naked, we are not talking about you not wearing pants and not wearing shirt. That means you never sleep without a weapon. The man who kills people never sleeps no like that. He sleeps with one eye opened and one hand holding a certain weapon. Think about that proverb deeply. A man who criticizes people at least should be ready to receive some criticisms. Now, the least critique that is thrown against this man, ladies and gentlemen, he's flying to the courts in rage. He's flying to the courts in order to get his name clean. If what Mr. Taylor said is anything to go by, then Mr. Ace Ankomah, you are a terrible, wicked man. Terrible, wicked man, very dangerous, worse than Satan. And posterity will judge you so harshly. I repeat, if what Mr. Taylor said in that short expose is anything to go by, Mr. Ace Ankomah, you are a terrible, deceptive, terrible liar and a very terrible human being. People like you, as stated by Mr. Taylor, their right abode is next to Satan in hell. If Horizon truly came up to you, brought you photographs and shot videos, CCTV videos of the people who defrauded them, and you decided to sweep the whole thing under the carpet so that you will look good and you would help with the swindling of Horizon that trusted you, as you were aided by the man you claim is not your uncle, but another lawyer who you are from the same village with. Posterity will judge the two of you harshly. You are wicked people. Somebody's son has been locked up in jail allegedly because of your wickedness. And as for you, Gabi Ochridakon, remember, nobody stays in power forever. If your cousin is the president and you came out so nonchalantly and spoke against somebody's son, remember, you are also having children. I don't know if you have one or not. I've had an opportunity to meet you when you were in opposition. Very uncomfortable, like tilapia out of fresh waters. Today, your cousin, the president, is in power, and probably you feel that this is the time to press buttons so that weapons can rise and blast in people's faces. I beg you, think twice about it. The Nigerians have a saying that I love. The Igbos. They say when you point one finger at somebody, remember the rest of the fingers at least are pointing back at you. And the Bible says, before you remove the speck from somebody's eye, make sure that you remove the whole log from yours. How many dangerous and terrible and secretive deals happen every now and then in our political arena, aided by thieves who call themselves politicians. How many dangerous jingoisms, political jingoisms, and gymnastics, ladies and gentlemen, dance in front of us like untrained go-go's, ladies and gentlemen, and we have no power to rise against any such thing. Where is this country going to? What kind of country do we want to bequeath to the next generation? What kind of life do we want to live for the next generation to look at? Ladies and gentlemen, the other day, I said in a slip of tongue, 80% of parliamentarians smoke marijuana. And when I said what I truly meant was use and not smoke, they still asked me to come to the parliament house so that they would embarrass me and possibly throw me into jail, because that is what they are good at anyway. They never build, they destroy. See how many youth are in prison who could have been very useful to the development of this shattered economy. See how many people are in prison, all because, ladies and gentlemen, they smoked one spliff of marijuana. See how many people are in jail, ladies and gentlemen, all because they stole one finger of plantain to feed their pregnant girlfriends. See how many people are in jail in Ghana here, ladies and gentlemen, because they owed somebody some 15 Ghana cedis, less than $5 American. They are in jail roasting. See how many people have died in jail, both male and female, all because of somebody's carelessness, somebody's nonchalance, ladies and gentlemen, at delivering his duties. Today, Nana Piamensa aka NAM1 is in Ghana. Men's Gold customers from left, right, and center now know that this government that is in power is nothing but a witch hunter. They tried as much as possible to dissociate Nana Piamensa from the president just because of a single handshake that was done in camera. One, ladies and gentlemen, handshake done in camera. Those who understand that statement, explain it to those who don't. One handshake that was done behind bars, closed doors, that somebody was able to click a shutter on, and pop, it was captured on camera. My God have mercy. What a paradox. Today, ladies and gentlemen, Nana Piamensa is still lingering in the CID cells. And I hear that he reads his Bible like he wants to come out and preach. And I hear that he tells the CIDs, I have forgiven all those who have hurt me, hurt my reputation, hurt my businesses, and hurt every Ghanaian, and vilified me, prepared me like a corpse for the grave. And the CIDs can't believe it. They say the man is reading his Bible as if he's gone crazy. In fact, a man who used to call for his food to be brought him, ladies and gentlemen, via private jet. Sometimes Nana Piamensa could sit here and say, oh, I feel like eating some pizza from Italy. Pilot, you know why? Italy na koto pizza bremi. Today, he is eating yokogari and plantain. He is eating coffee brokeman because he has no time for pizza. Not because he cannot afford it, but all this, he is still saying, I forgive every little soul. And if all these people whose names have been mentioned, ladies and gentlemen, are truly part of it, I do forgive them. And it reminds me of that saying by Yeshua HaMashiach when he was put on the cross or on the stake, depending on whether you are a Pentecostal or a Jehovah's Witness. Ladies and gentlemen, What did he say? Eli, Eli, lama sabachthani. In Ghana they say, Eli, Eli, lama sabachthani. Correct pronunciation. Eli, Eli, lama sabachthani. That is Hebrew. It is not Chi. Lama, lama sabachthani. No, sir. Eli, Eli, lama sabachthani. Ladies and gentlemen, and what did he say? Forgive them, Father. Hallelujah. Ladies and gentlemen, my name is BLAKK RASTA. I stand with Nanapia Mensah. My name is BLAKK RASTA. I stand with all those who stand with Nanapia Mensah. And I pray that the truth comes out. I pray that those who are now struggling to pull themselves out of this nest which is so disgraceful, Lord, if they are guilty, let them entangle themselves more and more. Let justice be done and let the country be free again. You see, aboa oni eyino nyame ne pra no ho. Aboa oni dua nyame ne pra no ho. The animal that has no tail, God himself has to come down and drive away all the flies that hurt it. You see, Ejankaba there.
Unto Jehovah be the glory. Thank you, Father. No matter how loud the cry of the orphan is, nobody seems to hear. Let loose. Nobody I go talk for you, man.